Okay, good morning, folks. It's 5:41 in the morning, 48.1 degrees on the 24th of August, day 144. I'm gonna get out of my nice dry bed, put on some soaking wet socks, soaking wet clothes, soaking wet shoes, and sit on a log, eat some breakfast, and then get hiking. All right, good morning, folks. It is 7:12 in the morning. 49.6 degrees. Just finished up some breakfast here, which is to say 1 pack of Pop-Tarts and a cup of coffee with the breakfast essentials, as well as a few dried apricots. Yeah, slept pretty good last night. It was another one of these, man, like, CDT just doesn't have birds, dude. Not really. Not like the AT. I think that's kind of another reason why it's so hard for me to wake up in the morning, is I feel like I'm the only thing on the planet Earth that's awake and moving, and that's hard to wake up when you feel like you're the only one. So on the AT last year, there was birds every single morning, and it was really delightful to wake up that way. Oh, you know what? I have a turn coming right up here on me. Let me make sure I know where I'm going. So I think I've reached a decision for what I want to do today with respect to trail and itinerary and all this. Coming up in a mile from camp, I have a possible alternate that I'm not going to take. That is the North Fork Badger Creek alternate. It's called the North Badger Pass, and that kind of cuts straight north for about 4 miles before reconnecting with the CDT. Well, let's do it this way. Picture a capital D and now flip it so that the big belly is pointing left instead of pointing right, as it would be on the capital D. Well, that big belly is essentially the official CDT, and that's about an 8.5 mile long section, which will go over Bull Shoe Mountain, Bullshoe, Bull Shoe Mountain, on the Kip Creek Trail, and that's the big belly. Well, this Badger Creek Trail, North Badger Creek Trail, is the straight line. So that would save a decent amount of elevation and about 4 miles off the CDT. But I haven't really heard any reports of like blowdowns or anything like that being particularly brutal around that belly, going over Bull Shoe Mountain. And I'm not really one to take an alternate for the express and exclusive purpose of cutting miles. That's just not my bag. So whatever, 4 miles, a little bit more elevation, I don't really care. That's fine. I'd rather just stick to the trail. There are also some comments that there's some cool views up there, so that'd be cool. Anyways, once we reach the top of that mirror D, gonna be back on the official CDT for another 5 miles or so before there's another alternate. This one I am gonna take. That's the Two Medicine River Trail. Two Medicine River Trail runs along the South Fork of the Two Medicine River. And that alternate's going to be about 13 miles. So decent length alternate there. But that one, the primary purpose of that one is indeed to avoid what's renowned to be some pretty brutal blowdowns. So I'll be on the Two Medicine River alternate, also known colloquially as the kitchen alternate. Kitchen alternate on account of, I'm told, I guess at this place I'll be staying the next few nights or whatever, Luna's in East Glacier, in her kitchen there's an outline of this, an overview of this alternate, which can save you from the blowdowns. So some southbounders have been calling it the kitchen alternate as well. Anyway, so once we rejoin the CDT after that 13 miles on the Two Medicine River Trail, be on the CDT just 2 miles or so before we reach that campground, which I mentioned yesterday, Summit Campground at Maria's Pass, right on the highway there, the same highway that leads into East Glacier, which brings me to my final point of this morning check-in, that looks like that Summit Campground is about, it's like $20. It's a paid campground. And I don't know, man. Paid campground like that right next to a highway, that just doesn't really sound like a great time to me. So I think my plan right now, all those miles up is about 24, by the way, to get from where I woke up to Maria's Pass and the highway. I think my plan for now is get down to that highway, see if I can't hitch my way into Luna's. Yeah, so hitch my way into Luna's, just right up that single highway into East Glacier, and then pitch my tent at Luna's for $15, so save $5. Probably get some town food, probably take a shower, and then do a southbound slack pack from Luna's back to Maria's Pass tomorrow, which would be like 16 or 17 miles or something like that, and then hitch back again on that same highway from Maria's Pass. So a little bit complicated. Hopefully that all makes sense. Who knows? If not, I probably could have saved a lot of trouble and just told you to check out the Gaia recording. Whatever, is what it is. I think that's all I got for you this morning, as if that wasn't quite enough. I am going to go ahead. Wow, there's a really cool, like, misty mountain back there. I don't know if that comes out for you, the low cloud and everything. That is awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and snap off, get marching, and yeah, I guess I'll check in a little later whenever. All right. Hey guys, sorry, just two other things I'll mention real quick. One, that smoke, which I experienced 2 days ago coming over Switchback Mountain, hasn't really bothered me. I haven't noticed any smoke since then. So yesterday was a smoke-free day, and as is today so far. And then something which is probably TMI, but I'll go ahead and record it just for posterity, which is this morning reached an interesting landmark, one of these terminal superlatives of a hike, which is I think, barring emergency, this morning was my last cat hole of the Continental Divide Trail, especially if that plan I just described is the plan that I wind up doing with respect to staying at Luna's tonight. I guess Glacier has pit privies at all of their backcountry campsites, so no more digging for me. So, a little bittersweet. Last cat hole. All right, that's it. Well, it's 2:59, 63.4 degrees. I'm just under a mile and a half from the highway or summit campground. And I was dutifully yelling, "Hey, Bobby," like this, you know, as I've been doing with increasing regularity, pretty much ever since Lander, Wyoming, as that is the conventional wisdom for how to avoid seeing a grizzly. Well, with my most recent bellow, roused one, and he took off like a bullet, straight off into the trees. And it was clearly a grizzly, although a relatively small one. I've seen, indeed, I think a bigger black bear than I've seen than that grizzly was. Comes to mind a black bear I saw in New Jersey specifically last year on the AT. But it was definitely a grizz because just the ears and the head shape was not a black bear. It clearly had the brown color, but I know that there's all sorts of brown black bears around these parts too, but that head shape, that was a grizz. Well, good to know that the bellow works anyways. So glad that he took off. Boy, they move quick. I'm just glad he was moving that quick away from me. Woo! All right, well, I'll get down here and stick my thumb out and hopefully check back with you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I made it over to Luna. And look at these two characters I met over here. Hey, CDT thru-hikers. Hey. Big Green is heading off to catch a train to Seattle.
Yes, yes.
To see the weekend, to go to a beach, to go to another concert and all that. He's living the life.
Back to the bad life.
Yeah. These guys both just finished. I'm gonna let them kind of chill a little bit, but just wanted to check in. All right, thru-hikers, CDT thru-hikers.
Class of 2022.